pull the trigger of a gun, there's something as known as a muzzle flash. The reason it's called a muzzle flash is because the end of the gun is called a muzzle and there's a flash. People argue that muzzle flashes do not exist, but it depends on what gun you have, and also the fact that it just occurs so fast that you really need a slow motion, high speed camera to go and see the muzzle flash properly. You can still see a very slight muzzle flash when you shoot a gun, but the point is, I will be showing you how to recreate that effect in Windows Movie Maker. So here's the tutorial part of this video. You're really gonna need some footage, and so the thing with the footage, okay, I uploaded this from my webcam. So what you're gonna need is a kickback, and you don't even really need a gun. You could just use a finger gun. You even saw that in the examples. You see how I'm tapping on my gun? If you've never fired a gun or really can't simulate that, then that's a really good way to simulate it. But don't worry, you can fix it in post. This is my kickback part. Could be a bit more intense, so I'm just gonna start at here and there. A good thing you could do is, if it wasn't too fast, split. So go a couple of frames, frame by frame, and look at when you pulled your gun back. Now go to the frame before that, split. This is where your muzzle flash is gonna be inserted, and then maybe go another frame back. Try to include the motion blur. Like if you see here, there's sort of motion blur. See how it's sort of blurry, and it may not make a difference, but maybe just one more frame. I think that looks pretty good. And besides, it's a tutorial. Get to that moment here where you had your split. So go right here, see it's in the middle of it. So now snapshot it, and I'm gonna save it here because Paint.net's gonna save my back, because it will just save it. So snapshot 1. So open up Paint.net, go to File, Open, and then on the date that you made that, it should be here. So here it is, and that's the same image I just snapshotted through Movie Maker. But now this is the muzzle flash part. Now go off the internet, find muzzle flash. You can actually have it with the black background. I recommend it. The keyed ones are actually pretty good. But I'm gonna get this one. So copy the image. You don't need to save it yet. So, and then when you're here, the hotkey for Windows at least is Control-Shift-V. I actually think it's big enough here. So a thing is to try and make the muzzle flashes pretty big. Or depending on what you were doing, but I'm gonna make mine sort of big. So now this is the different part. So now see, we're on the layer with the muzzle flash. Now go to blending mode and add. You could do that or screen, and look, it automatically does it for you. See? So I'm gonna put it on the end here. Now, a thing with muzzle flashes is that it has an environmental glow effect. And keep in mind, if you see any, because I have a lot more effects than I really should, that's because I got a ton of plugins. So press Control-A to select everything, add a new layer, so you can put all the glow stuff. So select with the lasso around areas that you might have a glow. So try to zoom in here. See right here, and then so the gun itself probably would have a glow. That looks pretty good. Now once you have that there, then you actually have it on the background layer, sorry. Or you could actually Control-C, so you can copy that and then paste it to that other layer. Now you could add brightness to this layer. Brightness. So there, that happens. So zoom out. You see that? And then the reason why I had it in a different layer was so I can smoothen it. So do Control-A and feather object. Now the thing is, I know that this is a plugin, So go to paint.net, the site, and look up for a plugin for feathering. So see how it sort of blends it in here? That's what you're gonna want. And since it's really, really fast, it's probably gonna have some sort of blur on the flash. So this is in paint.net. Try to do it to the angle where you're shooting it, and then more distance, the blurrier it is. Don't have it really that blurry. Maybe in the 30s. Yeah, 30 looks pretty good. So I'm gonna put it a bit closer since the blur happened. So now look and zoom it in. It looks pretty good. Press Control A so you select everything, and then merge everything here so it's all in the same layer here. Brighten the whole thing because it's gonna have the whole thing having another effect there. 18. So you can see the difference. So since it's all merged into one layer, then you could save it as, and you don't have to flatten it. And make sure you're saving it as a PNG. A PDN, it usually is defaulted to a PDN where it only saves it as a paint.net file. PNG, I'm just gonna call it Muzzle Flash Fulsh. Okay, Fulsh, Muzzle Fulsh. Do 32-bit since there's no limit here. See, 8-bit does that, so you see the difference. So this is 8-bit here, and this is 32-bit. And do 32-bit. Now we're gonna insert that part to the video. So look for Muzzle Fulsh. Here it is. Now put it right here. Oh, wait. Make sure it's between. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see. So this is the video before it. And make sure to erase the snapshot that you originally made to make this. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So then, right now it looks like that. But what you do now is change the speed. You can change it to like 0.03 because then again, it's really short. So it might not show in the project itself, but with render it may. But if it doesn't, try clicking on it a lot and maybe adjust it to like 0.05 instead. But now drag your playhead to be a little bit before, like right here compared to the picture. Because when you click on it, it sort of does a bit after. Yeah, see after here? Yeah, but I'm clicking on it. So try like right here in case. So, because the worst thing to do is have it like misplace the sound. So, gonna get the, I download, you can download from anywhere, even YouTube has some okay, the thing is that you can just look it up, gunshot sound effects, and I guarantee you will find it. But I already have some, so let me look them up. And if they come in with multiple gunshot sound effects, then just get the one that you want. Trim it to where it really ends, including the ambience, like, you hear this part. That's like it rushing through the air. Okay. There we go. Put it here. Render it, and then you're done. So that's it. And make sure you zoom in. Yeah, zoom in too. So it's right here. There we go. Now we're done. Save movie and save it to the file you want. I'm gonna save it to Windows Media video file, and you get this.